So talking to you today as someone in the promotion business, okay?
Yeah, advertising.
So you'll be telling us about the trends in terms of advertising and all that. So,
Okay.
you know what? Tell my audience who you are and what you do.
So my name is Mbulelo Jili. I'm the founder of an agency called The Local Agency. We're a B2B ad agency, and we specialize in helping brands localize their content. So if you're a brand that's playing outside the African space, or even if you are in African space and you want to better understand your audience, we're your partner. Will help you build out a roadmap to be able to communicate with your audience a lot better, figuring out like what channels you should be talking to them, how do these people talk, what makes them tick, what are their pain points. So we help you build out a map, and then we tell you exactly how to communicate to those people.
Great. See, now tell me, see, I like people, okay? So I like to know people. So tell my audience a little bit about your background and how you got into
advertising,
doing this. Yes.
Okay, maybe I'll go a bit into my background, and then I'll tell you how I actually got into advertising and how I actually came up with the idea for the local agency.
Very good.
So I was born in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, in a small, like a relatively small suburb called Woodlands. I was raised by my grandmother. I lost both my parents very young.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and because of that, because I never wanted to disappoint my grandmother, I kind of like was I'd say a really good student. So I didn't really struggle too much in school. I think doing schoolwork kind of came natural in a way. Also maybe it's also because maybe I think when you grow up in a Black household, they put like a huge emphasis on like education and stuff. So I think because of that, I didn't struggle too much in school, but and also not wanting to disappoint my grandmother, after taking, because I've got a twin brother as well. So
okay.
So after she took me and my twin brother in, the last thing we wanted to do was maybe cause trouble. So we wanted just to be good kids. So that's a little bit about my my situation, my upbringing. And then obviously I studied university. I studied business. And then in my early 20s, I used to do a lot of like promotions. So that's like going to retail stores and handing out brochures or pamphlets, like anything to kind of like make extra cash, because obviously growing up with your grandmother, and she was a nurse, but she was taking care of me and my brother. So we didn't have too much growing up. So obviously, I'd look for the odd job, either that or like bartendering, whatever. So I started off doing promotions, and while I was doing promotions, my first boss actually, I went to a VW event. So if you know Volkswagen, and I was carrying boxes, handing out pamphlets, telling people about the Volkswagen, because usually they train promoters like a day in advance, and you have to tell them specs about the cars, whatever. And it was like a campaign for about a week. And my first boss, I'd actually met her there. After about a week of talking to me and stuff, she was like, yo, like, you worked really hard over the first week. We have like a junior position in our company, and you seem like a smart guy. Like, do you wanna come work with us?
Wow, good one.
So yeah, so they flew me out to Cape Town, and I had my job interview. Job interview went well, so I got the position as a junior project manager, and and that's how my foot got into advertising.
A good one. Yeah.
So that's how I got into advertising. And then a decade later, here I am.